I got my green, sticky, icky sticking to my hand. Put it in the grinder and pull it again. Rolling, smoking that ball.
Dude, you know what's the best, man? When you're like breaking the shit up, right? And it falls on the surface, it clumps back together again. Like, it's that sticky. It's crazy. I love it.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Conversations While High. Joining me today is Jay from Buddies.
Los Amigos.
That's what he says.
Thanks, Dora.
Explore. Dora. Explore.
Yeah, she told me that. Mi amo es head en
It's
me.
TV program.
Head en me.
That is too much Spanish for me. And I work at Olive Garden. I just don't bother at all. But anyway, I had a question because I had noticed the types of things that people fight for in the way that they fight for them. Weed is going to be legal soon.
Yes.
Probably everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's been a joke in like a lot of comedians stand up and shit that why don't we just legalize pot already, because then the potheads will have nothing to complain about. Well, we like other drugs. I mean, when are we going to start making legislation for recreational LSD?
Why shouldn't everything just be legal anyway?
Because everything shouldn't be legal.
Because people are a liability.
Face facts that everything should
Okay.
be legal.
No. Let's define what legal is. As in a crime, as in a criminal punishment induced for using drugs is just stupid no matter what the drug is. Period. If you want to offer treatment programs,
so you're saying a meth head that
a meth head
because they're already hurting themselves, that's punishment enough.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is throwing him in jail doesn't solve the problem.
Right. Well, that's for everything. Yeah, there should be some type of treatment program.
Right.
Just
right.
You
but then again, is it better for them to be scoring this shit on the street, or in a way that I can regulate the purity of it, the consistency of it?
I don't know.
That I can tell them what they're getting.
Any unnatural sentiment that people you can't make a good judgment call on something that's just chemically made. You can't be like, you know what, I'm gonna do this, but this person should be in treatment because they're on this. Fuck that. You fucked up. You did that. That's disgusting. You shouldn't go to jail, but I don't fuck with you. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want my taxes or nothing to go towards any treatment for some crackhead, some meth head, because
like an informal or like a formal communal shunning of this person, and like you don't want to take them on in any other kind of way, so like what would be left then to just like kind of
then what are you going to do?
You're always like AA.
Then what are you going to do with them?
You're always carrying that with them.
What are you going to do with them?
Shit.
Because if you throw them in prison, your tax dollars are still housing them and taking care of them.
Exile them just from their community and just keep on pushing them along to somebody else's community.
If they fuck up, what do you think?
Put them in.
That's if they fuck up. If anybody fucks up, but just doing the drug is not fucking up.
There's certain aspects. Well then,
what if I make the drug?
You can do the drug, but that's like don't get caught doing it.
No, it's like be responsible when you're doing your drugs.
I learned
that's fine, because then no one really knows. No,
What do you mean no? But everybody can know. Who the fuck cares? You're being responsible anyway.
Smoking crack. But you check this out. But you can work every day. You have a house. You pay for your shit. What the fuck? That's fine. But if you go out and you on crack and you fuck some shit up.
But now you said
you're not going to jail.
Yeah,
for crack.
but now you said
you're going to jail for fucking up. You know, but the person.
But you're also going to jail for that crack that's in your pocket. It's buying you an extra 10 years.
Well, then you're stupid for having that in your pocket. But if you're on crack and you got something stupid,
then you did something
crime.
stupid, and you should. And definitely, absolutely, you should.
You know,
but you should do that if you're not on crack too.
Because motherfuckers is dying, shit's blowing up. Like, fuck that.
What would the landscape of the market look like if everything was just descheduled and the crimes associated with them were purely for
the crime itself,
damages, tangible types of shit, reckless endangerment, like possession of something, manufacturing of something, distribution of something is completely off limits. Then the only people that you're going to be getting into any sorts of snares are people that are unstable. And if they were drunk, then they'd still be out wandering the streets anyway, regardless of whether it's alcohol or crystal meth or fucking if they were tripping on acid. And some people just can't do anything responsibly. We had a house full of fucking people in here. There's a dozen of us fucking tripping balls.
And was pretty responsible, right?
Yeah.
Can I hop in here real quick, just so that way we've got a little bit of facts going on here? There actually are several countries that have actually gone so far as to legalize all drugs. What they've done, though, is they've changed their minds and their perspective as to how they address the addiction problem. Instead of treating
and not as many people use
the drugs as a crime, they treat it more as a social health problem. So they have mobile methadone clinics. They have psychiatrists that go out with them at times, so that way people who need help get the help they need.
And they have a regulated drug market.
Yes, and they have a regulated drug market. So, I mean, we actually have seen what legalizing everything can actually do. Yeah, crime rates go down, drug use goes down, domestic abuse goes down. There's a very large quantity of things that go down.
Most yes, but most of the violence in the drug trade comes from the fact that it's illegal to begin with.
People don't have the resources laid out in front. They don't have the seeds being laid, because you're not going to come to it on your own conclusion until you've reached a certain level, I think, of social awareness that is coupled with a level of social development that is just not awakened, is entirely dulled away.
Wake up, people.
Wake up.
So we can then overcome these stupid problems and won't have to have free heroin to people because you have an addictive quality. Like,
though maybe some people just like
people
heroin.
I don't think everybody who tries heroin becomes a freaking strung out junkie. I really don't.
I saw a documentary about a dude from Holland that if he has enough money to buy heroin, just like if he has enough money to buy chocolate or whatever, it's like getting a candy bar or not getting a muffin that day or some shit. It's like if he's got it, he's got it. Most of the time he's got it, and he liquefies it and then puts it in a cigarette and smokes it, and he's like, oh, if I don't have it today, if I need to buy my daughter her noodles or whatever, he had like a little kid in the corner of the room. This was like some weird ass looking place in Holland, but I assume they all live like that, so I'm not going to look down on the man. But So he's like, if I don't have it, I'll buy her bread instead. And I was like, that's not a junkie. Because there's a point where I would put $1 or something towards a pack of cigarettes rather than getting a snack or a coffee or some shit like that. But I'm not even like that. Huh? What's what?
She's one of those.
She's one of those.
Yeah.
Would you care for Megan?
You still pull through it.
Actually, I was playing with it this morning.
That thing's still on.
I have no idea.
Where's the indicator light on it?
Yeah, it's still going.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Where's the indicator light? I don't know. It's my camera, but I don't know how that shit works. Just hit the play and record.
Hey man, it's kind of like I know how to use my software, but I don't have a clue how to get it on my computer. It's like I know how to use my camera. I don't know what the buttons do.
No, press the other button and then turn it. It works. All right, okay. Just hold it straight. What's up? Man.
So like we're playing the piano and shit. I still haven't like read piano like music and played it yet.
Just play it off sound.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You gotta feel it. Bingo. Thank you, concept.
These are the leftovers from the last episode. We're still gonna do the other episode, making the water bongs out of bigger fruit.
Yes.
We definitely gotta do
Coconut
that.
bubbler.
But that shit is gonna be like fucking is gonna cost us like $20 in the fruit. Because like watermelon's like $4.
Yeah, because fruit's expensive.
Coconut's like $3.
What?
Pineapple's like $3.
Everything's expensive, man.
Everything's like $3.
Last time I saw
Drought.
coconut, it was
Drought.
like 99 cents.
Fruit California's been in a drought.
What?
California's been in a drought. Look how much fruit comes from
Should have
California.
bought a lot of coconuts at that time.
It's no
Yo,
fruit.
fruit's expensive, man.
It's
Yo,
expensive.
if you want to live healthy, man, that shit's
It's expensive as fuck. I know.
I mean,
You can buy tons of junk food very cheap.
that's all that's on the sale.
Because it's what is cheap. It's all made out of the same thing. It's all corn. It's all corn. It's modified corn. They took
Or
corn
soybean.
apart and put it back together. A dozen different motherfucking ways. You know what I'm waiting for so bad? So much Star Trek fucking like exactly like Star Trek motherfucking food replicators and shit.
Yeah.
That day will fucking come and then half of the world will be obsolete.
Obsolete.
And then
Yes.
when it's obsolete,
Capitalism will be obsolete.
it'll be a transition. But regardless of all of that, they're starting it because they take corn apart and put it back together as everything.
They're genetically modifying food.
There's plastic made out of corn. There's cups made out of corn.
They make your fuel out of corn.
They do.
You like everything.
Wait. So
Yeah,
I
sugar
eat
too.
corn.
And
But I can
blow it up
burn
in my
corn?
gas tank.
It's only a small percentage.
It's just like when
But-
it's
It's
just like
the-
when I stopped eating ramen noodles after I used it as a fire starter.
You use that damn coffee creamer.
Yeah, I don't use that either. Although there's a different reason that's entirely combustible or flammable. It does that because the particles and shit. But no, fucking ramens, that's like
Try. It's like cardboard.
it's
It's all crap, man. It's all just crap.
It's material.
You gotta, I
And
think
so cheap.
you have to learn to grow your own food.
You need property for that.
I know. No. I've been trying to look at like these window boxes and shit people been doing shit in.
How many meals are you gonna get out of a window box?
I don't fucking know, dude. Any little bit helps, man.
I understand that, okay, but
fucking
I'm
bored.
doing the math.
And 4 peppers.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's one meal.
Mate, don't forget who you are. Do not forget who you are, Nate. You are one of us who do the math.
It literally will take a community. Like,
We do the math, and we understand the numbers.
would have to pitch in on buying cows and shit.
Like that would be necessary.
I want to hashtag cows and shit.
Just need to do vegetables right now. All I really want to do is grow shrooms in the basement.
Hashtag cows and shit.
Well, then let's do that. We'll make a
Is that
tutorial.
manageable? Is that manageable?
Get
We
the
need to
community
strike this
buy
conversation and turn that camera off
animals.
right now.
Why?
Because I just said we need to grow mushrooms in the
And I
basement.
just said we need to make a tutorial. We're gonna show you how to do it.
Dude, I'm just saying, mushrooms are spiritual beings. They grow everywhere.
They're little lives.
Everywhere. They're growing on the space station. Yeah.
They're growing
Spores
psilocybin,
are hard as
mushrooms.
shit. Yeah. Well, I don't know. They're fucking, but I'm saying mushrooms in general. Mushroom spores are hard as shit. They're very durable. They live everywhere. They fucking in space. They survive. They're growing on the space station. That's why
Space.
take psilocybin mushrooms. Like,
You're dropping
unlock
shit on the
shit
space
because it
station.
literally unlocks your
Oh my
mind.
fucking god,
I'm
dude.
just saying,
Just
you
look,
get space
just look out the window and you'd be like
in your
surrounded.
mind. You're fucking
They have like one of the rooms that's like all clear that you can just like float around in. That would be.
I'm just so high up in the sky. Want to run away? I'm so fucking high. I don't know why. I'm so high. Maybe it was that day I thought your baddest joint and made me fucking high.
Hey, like that shit.